The clamor of downtown New York was a constant, roaring beast. But to Maya, it was a silent world, a heavy blanket of quiet pressing against her throat. For 7 years, the little girl with the pale blonde hair had never uttered a word. Doctors, specialists, even spiritual healers had all failed. Her father, a titan of Wall Street named David Sterling, had spent a fortune trying to buy his daughter a voice. But $1 million couldn't purchase a single syllable. Today, the city felt particularly loud. She stood in the heart of Washington Square Park, a neat blue jacket over her checkered blouse, her light hair catching the autumn sun. Her eyes followed the crowd, curious but detached, trapped in her own quiet universe. Then, a shadow fell over her. It was a girl, not much older than Maya, but a world apart. Her skin was smudged with dirt, a faded grey hoodie clinging to her small frame. Her braids were tied with a frayed shoelace, and her hands were rough from a life of scavenging and begging. Her name was Luna, though no one in the city cared enough to ask. To them, she was just another stain on the concrete. Luna stopped a few feet away, clutching a grimy plastic bottle to her chest. Inside, a dark liquid sloshed, a deep, murky brown with tiny flecks of rust. It wasn't water, it wasn't juice, it looked wrong. Yet, Luna's eyes locked on Maya. "You're thirsty, aren't you?" Maya blinked. Her throat ached, dry as dust. She swallowed hard, unable to answer. Luna came closer, her voice low. "I've seen you. You always hold your throat like it hurts. I know what that looks like. I've seen it before." She extended the bottle with both hands. "Drink this. A little. It might help." Maya flinched. Her father's warnings echoed in her mind. Don't take anything from strangers, especially not from the streets. But she couldn't tear her eyes from the liquid. Luna pushed the bottle forward again, her tone sharper, almost desperate. "Don't look at me like I'm crazy. My grandmother, before she died, she made this for me. She said it was powerful. It's the only thing I kept after she was gone." Marja's small hands twitched at her sides. Her lips parted, but no sound came. "You can't talk, can you?" Luna's eyes narrowed. "That's why you stare but don't answer. You're trapped, just like me. They don't hear me, either." Her words hit Maya like small stones. Marja's chest rose quickly, as if someone had just read her deepest secret out loud. Luna shoved the bottle forward again. "Then drink. What do we have to lose?" A couple in crisp business attire passed by, sneering. "Filthy little creature. A menace," the man muttered. The woman tugged his arm, not even looking back. Luna's face burned, but she didn't lower the bottle. "See, that's what they think of me. Dirt, trash. But this," she shook the bottle slightly, "this is all I have. And I swear it's not poison. It's what kept me alive when I had nothing." Marja's gaze fell to Luna's. They weren't the eyes of a liar. They were raw, desperate, begging to be trusted. With trembling fingers, Maya reached out. She cupped the grimy bottle between her pale hands, feeling its cool, slick surface. Luna leaned in close, her voice firm. "Just a small sip. Don't be greedy. Just a touch for your throat." Maya tilted the bottle. The liquid hit her tongue. It was strange, earthy, bitter, nothing like anything she had ever tasted. She gagged, coughing, her eyes watering. Slowly, Luna whispered, snatching the bottle back. "Don't spit it out. Let it sit. That's how it works." Maya coughed again, clutching her throat, but she didn't spit it out. She swallowed. Her eyes widened at the sensation. Something warm spread downward, a tingling, electric current. Luna's face softened with a glimmer of hope. "Good. That's it. You'll see. Maybe it'll do for you what it did for me." Maya stared, her head tilted. "I was sick once," Luna said quickly, her voice shaky. "Couldn't even breathe right. She made this and forced me to drink it. The next morning, I was fine. The doctors had given up, but she knew. She called it a gift." Maya clutched her own throat. For the first time in her life, something stirred inside her, a pressure in her throat, a butterfly trying to escape. She gasped. "Step away from her." A man roared. David Sterling's polished shoes scuffed against the stone path, his fists clenched, his face red with indignation and fear. Luna flinched, clutching the bottle to her chest as if it were a weapon. "I didn't hurt her," she cried, her voice cracking. "I swear I didn't." Silence. His voice boomed like thunder. "How dare you touch my daughter with your filth?" The crowd gasped. People in suits and dresses gathered, whispering and pointing. A beggar's child was feeding the heiress. Everyone assumed the worst. Maya stood trembling between them, her small hands still pressed to her throat. Her eyes darted from Luna to her father, trapped between the only man who had ever protected her and the only girl who had dared to offer her something no one else could. "She was thirsty," Luna said, desperation making her bold. "I saw her. She couldn't ask. She couldn't tell you, but I knew. I gave her what my grandmother gave me. I just wanted to help." David's face twisted in rage. He reached for his daughter, pulling her behind him protectively. "Do you have any idea who she is? Do you realize what you've done? It could have been poisoned." Luna's lip quivered, but she didn't look away. "No, it's not poisoned. Look at her." She turned to Maya, ready to scold her, too, but stopped. His daughter's small chest rose and fell quickly, her lips trembling as if words were fighting to be born. She opened her mouth, and a tired, broken sound spilled out. "Pa!" The crowd gasped. David stumbled back, his heart slamming against his ribs. For 7 years, he had prayed, begged, paid millions, and not one word had come. Now, in the middle of a public park, drinking from a beggar's bottle, his daughter had spoken. Tears sprang to his eyes. "Maya, say it again." Maya squeezed her hand to her throat, her eyes wide with fear and wonder. "Papa." The word was rough, raw, but it was real. Her father's knees nearly buckled. He scooped her into his arms, holding her close, sobbing. 4 years, he had only dreamed of hearing her call him by name. Now it was here. A miracle. The impossible. Luna stepped forward cautiously, her hands still trembling. "I told you it wasn't poison. It was all I had left from my grandmother. She said it could heal what doctors couldn't." David turned, tears blinding him to his suspicion. "You expect me to believe this? That a ragged girl with a dirty bottle could give me what the best hospitals in the world couldn't?" The crowd buzzed, half in awe, half in doubt. Luna's eyes glistened. "Believe what you want. I didn't ask for your faith. I just gave her what she needed. She found her voice. That's all that matters." David's hand shook as he cradled his daughter. He wanted to rage, to call the police, to banish this filthy child from their world forever. But his daughter's small voice cut through his fury again. "Papa." It was weak, but it was clear, and it was undeniable. His throat tightened. He sank to his knees, clutching Maya close. 4 years, he had promised her everything. Castles, toys, vacations. Yet, it was a hungry girl from the streets who gave her the one thing his immense wealth could never buy. Luna stood a step away, her thin hoodie flapping in the breeze, her expression caught between pride and fear. She expected to be dragged away. Instead, David looked at her. His voice was raw, trembling between gratitude and anger. "Why? Why did you give this to her?" Luna's answer was simple. "Because I know what it feels like to be quiet. And I don't wish that on anyone." The crowd fell silent. The words cut deeper than any insult. David closed his eyes. His pride fought him, but the truth squeezed harder. He opened them again, tears streaking his face. "You saved her." Luna's mouth parted. She didn't think she would ever hear those words. Not from him. He pulled a silk handkerchief from his pocket, pressing it into her hand. "It's not enough. Nothing I give you will ever repay this. But you will never go hungry again. Not after today." Luna clutched the cloth, dazed. For the first time in years, someone wasn't treating her like trash. Maya reached out from her father's arms, her tiny fingers stroking Luna's dirt-streaked hand. She smiled, her lips moving around a word she had never said before. "Friend." Luna's eyes filled with tears. The crowd gasped again, but no one dared to laugh this time. The man had the money, the power, and the prestige, but it was a homeless girl with a mysterious liquid who gave his daughter her first voice, and nothing, not his anger, not his pride, not society's judgments, could ever erase that truth.